Welcome to One Way, where we go one way in hopes to getting as close to the farlands in a Bedrock edition as we can. And we're already starting at a village at 376. Oh, and of course I have to mention, this is done on a phone. You'll hear me tapping, scratching at the display, and you die now. Anyway. So and yet again it's raining. Nothing there. We'll take another bed because we can. This is one of those villages that doesn't have a smithy, so yeah, not caring so much. So it's done on a phone, scratching and clawing, and of course as this phone gets warm, not hot, but warm, it slows down and becomes a slideshow. And ultimately, especially the laundromat phase, it'll get so hot that the actual recording loses synchronization. So the audio runs away from the video. So you hear things happen seconds before you see it. It's just the way it is. Till I have time to get a new phone. This is another problem is, oh, ow, that hurts. Of course, I'm in the recording studio at work because it's raining again, per usual. And of course, that's why you hear echoing. And okay, this is doable. Until we get to here. Yep, we can move. Movement good. It's like asking for miracles now. It's a stretch, but if things go the right way, this particular week can, and not likely will, but can end at over 400,000 on distance. Can anything just work? Why must everything be a challenge? Just get to where we're going. Yeah, and you can keep jumping. Only plummet straight back down again. So I think my whole Monday, which is when I'm starting, is going to be a washout. So I'm hoping to get at least 10,000 blocks today. Not sure of that. The terrain has to be somewhat cooperative. The phone has to stay somewhat cool so it can get places. And the village idiot over here has to maintain the ability to try and keep things moving along. And we got a portal which we cannot just run blindly to. We can jump, we can move. It's just a goodies. There it is. Any obsidian? Of course not. We don't need this, we don't need that. Any other junk we don't need? We get gold itself, so we don't really need it. armor we can make our own. If we had enough diamonds, we could pick that apart, and that would really help our ultimate cause. Oh, come on, jump, jump, jump. There you go. Jumping. We can just get to where we're going. Has to be a project. It just can't work. And we can brake. We can brake. We're pressing the brake button. That might mean braking. And it's bad enough you're fighting me now. Hiss and boom. And because the phone was being charged, it's warm, so therefore it's already starting to become a slideshow that doesn't want to cooperate. Easier land would be great. You know what? Out here in the middle of the open, let's just plop down a bed. And plop down this bed. And why do we have orange terracotta? The way that goes. Wow, barely made any progress. And sleep the night off, hoping for better. Of course, you can run. Running is faster. We get places faster if we're running. Ravine. Gotta watch out for the ground. Of course, everything's gotta be a frickin' roadblock. Just can't get me there. Everything has to be a project. Just want to get to where we're going. Now I see a climbable spot here. We can go. We need more of these. Break. And look, if we get up and there's a large flat area where we can make some decent headway, which of course means we have to go down and back up because everything's got to be a project. It just can't work. There's no real good left. Place. Can't move this way. I was going to say, can we just have a land that bridges so we don't have to keep climbing every step of the way? Finally, a little bit of cooperation. Run. Is that another ruined portal that just looks weird? It's a weird formation. So let's put in a boat, bolt the boat, and go. So help make up for some loss. If we want to move, that would be even better. I wonder how out of sync the audio is at this point. Get our zero position in a good spot. The one bad thing about the recording studio, and you've heard it the whole time, is when it rains, you can hear it coming through the drainage system that goes through a cast iron pipe, which surprisingly makes a lot of noise. As usually, they use cast iron for drains, especially draining anything in a multi-story house or a building, because it doesn't make noise when you flush a toilet or use a sink or whatever. Probably because of the immense scale of it. I was hoping to get to at least 378, and we're going to do that for this segment. Be great, and like I said, if 400K is a possibility, that would be great. It must be great if there was a frame rate, because that also causes the audio to go out of sync when it gets low enough. And there's nothing I can do about that till I have time to get a new phone. What'd be nice is if there's some land. We need land. Oh, there's some land over there. There's some land right in front of us. Looks like we're going to be landlocked. Of course, as you can see on the left, the further out we go, the more boxy stuff starts to appear. I mean, it can happen on even close, but it happens more often when you're far out like this. And here we are. Land. Oh, grab that. See a cave over here. Let's just... We can move when I press the move button. That's a good thing. Alright, turn. And going... Alright, for a minute I thought I saw a roof into a village. And we're turning. That's complex. Hoppity hop, because we can't move. I like movement better. sun's about to set. Can we just have easy to go? It's like 8,000 rivers. We're not turning, we're not moving. We need to be moving. Okay, this isn't going to work. Okay, we can move. That's something I like trying. And of course, every now and then we just swim underwater just so it doesn't have to render up there. So we can get a better frame rate, which means we move. Alright, I think we'll end this segment over here. We can move. I like moving the player. That makes the game run a lot better when we do that. Take a chance here. Get to that side, plop the bed down. Let's grab the bed while we're at it. $379. I wasn't thinking of getting that far. Alright, we gotta get to a point here where we're just gonna have to throw on the bed. And how about running? That's something I like doing. Okay, looks like we're going to need to boat. So I'm going to take the bed. We're turning. That's good. I like it when we turn when I push the turn button. Anyway, running a little late. Sleep it off. Pick it up later. And we're back. Same rainy location. In fact, it's raining in game 2. Why not? So, it should get better performance this time. Because the weirdest thing happens here at work. If I charge this phone at my workstation, it'll get warm and it barely trickles. If I keep it on standby, which is what I want to do so I can get this going faster, it will hold or actually drop. But if I go to a different lab, plug it in, it'll charge up like normal. The funny thing is, both outlets they're the exact same voltage. And here we go. So with the faster charging, I could get this to an acceptable level. Not fully charged, but acceptable level, where there's plenty of gas still left in the tank. And unplug it, let it cool down, so it won't be so hot. I'm hoping to get better performance than I had in the previous run, because like I said, the thing would get warm and not go anywhere with the charge. This thing was warm, which it always gets warm when it's charging, just a hair, not like anything wrong with it warm. And then leave it on standby and it cools right down. It's actually cool to the touch right now. There's some sputtering here and there, but it seems to be doing okay. And this ocean's definitely making up for the fact that we had nothing but mountains and just really ridiculously steep hills. So I stand in a new direction, which I've been doing for the past few times when the weather's bad and I'm in quote-unquote recording studio, which hopefully once again we'll be back to stealing a small conference room, so the audio is much better than this, because post-COVID, they're supposed to be taking the engineers that are using these conference rooms and putting them back in the offices they're supposed to be in, and they haven't done that yet. So then there was that other time I used the vestibule, and that was only because there wasn't any power, and the recording studio was in a dark area, and with no lights, not really that good. And since everybody has a staggered break/lunch schedule, you'll notice other noises like loud hissing sound, which is grit blasting. People are grit blasting components, I can't tell you what, due to, proprietary information. It's in the electronics field, that's about it. And sometimes, like now, you can hear a trickle. It might sound like a light hiss. It's a trickle of heavy rain going through the network of pipes, which goes through this room. It makes a lot of noise. And here we go. We are landlocked. Oh boy, a jungle. Not what we're looking forward to. If this circumvents the jungle just a little bit. Now, I mean, this is going to prove how much the other charging area is going to make a difference, because this is definitely an area okay, hit the button, maybe I'll double tap. Jungles cause massive slowdown. Can't blame the foam heating on this one. It just... Okay, we'll go this way. I hate when I can't see where I'm going and I have to make a split decision right away. Oh, bamboo. Okay, no, I don't want to die. I want to move. Went through, over. That was actually not a bad run considering all this bamboo we're dealing with. I got so spoiled with the ability to move. I have to actually say I am impressed that the charging method I decided to use is working. It ain't perfect, but it works, and I can't go that way. You can move the player when I push the move the player button. That's even better. What I would also like to see is the ability to get out of the bamboo forest. And run. There we go. Out of the forest. Boat again. Board the boat. Boat the boat. Hopefully there'll be land. Sunsets. There's not good if there ain't any. Using mouse and keyboard. And here comes the slowdown. Sets us up for a possible 400,000 ending. And pushing the button. And randomly whacking at things as we're trying to turn, because we're at that phase now. How about I'm not even pressing there? Not even close to where I was pressing the button. I was pressing the wrong button. For some reason, it thought I was pressing the sneak button, which is happening quite often now. I hate this ping pong. Say, and I know I'll jinx it by saying it, is the land hasn't been too bad. Okay, we can move, we can move, we can move. 3 times we press run the player button. And remember that. Okay, is there a point that we can move forward? I like that idea. Let's pop a bed, let's grab another bed, and sleep. Okay, yep, down here, we can go. Eat food now. Always something in the way. How about running the player instead of sauntering? We don't want saunter, we want running. Running makes faster things happen. I like how I jumped and nothing happened. Village. Speaking of disappointment, let's see what this village has. Gotta backtrack because this thing is starting the slideshow. Because we don't want fast animation, we want it to slideshow. Phone cracked. Display's perfectly fine. Just made a cracking noise. 54 there. We don't need any of that stuff for what we're doing. Normally, not a bad thing to have. Thank you, sir. Any smithies? Looking around, seeing nothing. Okay, how about more ability to move? I like that better. move the player. I like that better. Smack. Anyway, I forget what these buildings have or don't have. And we can move. I like movement. That gets us pretty close to perfection. Let's take another bit. Oh, gotta blame myself on that one. And we are not going in the correct direction. And double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap, 4 times. Then it realized I wanted to run. Oh boy, Dark Forest, that's exactly where I want to end. At least for now. Turn. Turn. I have to explain it because it doesn't like to do it. Yeah. Eat the food. Let's finish it dry. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to head backwards a little bit. Because we know what happens. Hiss boom before it generates an image, which is really fair. Anyway, pick it up during our rainy lunch period. Alright, finishing out the rainy day. We made some backwards progress because, like I said before, hiss boom before the screen even showed anything, which was not fair. Having a creeper sneak up onto you and killing you while the screen hasn't even loaded in is not very fair. Well, he didn't kill me, but I almost died. And this is the favorable environment for them to be in. What I would like is to get out of the favorable environment. That was pretty good movement there. And then that. Even better. This be easier way. And move. And I got caught up on an edge, which is weird. Okay, move. Not liking the fact that I'm in the woods again, but it looks short-lived, and it was. Now we're in these woods, which are a little more bearable. And run. Ooh, that went pretty well. And no, we're not ducking, we're running. We like running better. Running makes the player move. Okay, yeah, this way's a little easier. And we're not ducking. And we're running. And running. Alrighty, so this here, put a bed here, and sleep the night away. Too early. Let's try this again now. Too early. It's got to be touching the horizon at this point. There we go. Couldn't stop. Couldn't really react that fast. Anyway. Keeping things moving. Yeah, nice jump on my part. Try to jump so we can move along the differences a little smoother. Plus it also affords us a little bit of extra speed. Because the auto jumping goes when you're right up against the block and you kind of lose your speed doing that. Alright, this way. So far it's not doing too bad. Yeah, a couple herky-jerky moments, but so far so good. But we know that's going to end before lunch. Before lunch does. And as always, this is the timed break, so I try to end it about 5 minutes early or so. I think we will be in favorable shape of this episode ending in the 400-kilometer range, which would be great. Is that a village over there? It's a tiny screen. Alright, no it isn't. Like I said, it's a tiny screen, so that outcropping of dirt kind of looked like a village. actually worked. Now it's just a matter of ending this lunch run. We're not ducking. I'm literally not pressing that part of the screen. I have a feeling it's time to play boat. And time to boat. Tilt towards the north. Oh, that's a nice bird. Which must mean something very hot must be nearby. Because that seems to be a thing. Pressing a button. I'm not ducking, we're running. And here comes the slideshow. We knew it was coming. I am literally not tapping the duck button. And jump completely didn't register. Oh, I pressed jump. Jump happened. The question is, does land stop here? Kind of does. No, I do not want to screw it with the boat. I want the boat. Boat good. No, I don't want to get rid of the boat. There's something going on with this game. Now, it's it's assuming that I want to get rid of the boat. It's gone now because this stupid thing wants to get rid of it. And I'm not crazy of the crafting recipe for it either. Let's see, where's the sun? So I had to build another one because it just didn't use the lamps there. Okay, I know what we're going to do. We're just going to go a little bit. Oh, we got land. So it made it worthwhile. Let's say if it half the distance from where it was to where it was going was reached and turn around. We are going to stop on this island because easier and go to sleep. Ravine, big ravine. Can we safely get down from here? The answer is no. So we're going to move the player, the opposite of what you like to do. Place the boat in here, place the bed here, and we're going to sleep it. Closer towards the 0 point on the north-south axis with the Z, the third number in the position. The only good thing about these boring treks in the ocean is that we get a lot of distance out. We get to 387 if the lunch break is over. We're in a good position to be able to get to 400,000 before this particular episode is over. It's not a guarantee. It's making it possible that it could happen. Sputtering isn't exactly helping. Because I could have just went down here and less resistance. Yeah, it is. There's up. No, I didn't ask for doing that. Finger was not touching that button. No, I don't want to duck. That's not going to help. Why does it do that? And I completely missed the jump button there, I gotta admit that. And we can jump. We can run. Move. There goes our chance at 400,000. Okay, go. We made the jump. Bad jump there. And we can move. Purpose of jumping, just like I said, just to feel that little extra distance. Pretty much walk every time versus just running. And we will stop completely. wasn't as planned. What a shock. Anyway. Alright, this is what we're doing. We're pressing buttons. We want this to go away. And go away, because we don't need it. That belongs there. That can go there. This is good enough. Let's move the things. I'm not doing this for fun, so to speak. There we go. Eat the food. Make sure we're clear. And actually, I'm just going to move a little bit, which of course means a miracle, because God forbid. Okay, I just want to move a little bit. And we really just give me a little bit of clearance. All right. Turn. Turn. As we ever so slowly get here and move. Try that. Alright, I'm going to put the boat here. Now we'll call it a day. Surprise! Extra segment. The person that normally opens up work isn't here, which means 10 to 15 minutes typically of waiting longer for the place to open. And it's raining, so here I am doing this. Is this a ruined portal? Nope, shipwreck. Tiny screen, remember that. Anyway, get a little extra distance, and it may be old news, but someone brought it to my attention that maybe this whole effort is for naught, because they're going to patch the farlands out of this game ultimately. I think we got till maybe the winter before that happens. Maybe. But yeah, if it's completely gone, then I don't know if it will have a 30 million block border, and like the original one way is to try and reach the border. But from video I've seen thus far of the patching of the so-called farlands, it looks like it didn't work 100%. It would push out the thing another bit on the distance counter, but at 16,777,000, should we say, 216. It appears the strike lands are still a thing, which is would be a farlands artifact that still would remain, assuming that it's still going to be there. If they patch that out, and if they at least have the 30 million border, then we can at least say we can go for that. But we've already titled it Farlands, and if there is a 30 million border, that did not work. And of course, this segment's going to go slower because I didn't shut down a lot of stuff that was running in the background, because, like I said, I don't know how long this extra segment may go. And it may be this particular morning. Like I say, typically on Friday afternoons I go to the laundromat, And that's when the episode is typically drawn to a conclusion before recording the next. It may not be, and we may not have I may not have my morning, possibly afternoon power walk today on Wednesday, a couple days before. So we might have a couple other segments. So 400,000 will be likely. I'm just hoping we start to get to the really glitched areas, which is at least the 512,288 point. I think that's where it is. I mean, in all intents and purposes, we're not terribly far from that, considering how far we've gone so far. See, even though I've got this thing on airplane mode, I didn't shut off all these other processes that are sucking up valuable CPU time. Funny how little bits and pieces of iceberg territory form. It's one of the tiniest little biomes I've seen. It definitely appears to be a fragmented one, but here's what it is. So I mean, if they have the 30 million border, just like Java Edition, to make parity, then yeah, that'll be a very tall order. But we'll see how close we can get to that, because that's the original concept of the one-way in. We can move the one-way in when we tried to do it on Java. Granted, I thought the farlands were still a thing, but you know, the 30 million border, hey, that was something to aim for. But then the computer wouldn't run it, even when I purged the world. It just would literally walk a few steps, stop, walk a few steps, stop. It was unplayable. Even though I purged the world several times so that it wouldn't be a gigantic burden on the machine. And just for fun, I have purged this world when it was at approaching 600 megabytes, and it worked, and everything was fully we didn't lose anything, which meant it was actually done perfectly for some weird reason. So, yep, we're going to grab a bed. And for some reason we have a blank spot, but whatever. Funny, we got the warm ocean right next to Winterland. We can move. And we're not ducking. I am not even pointing there. And we can wait till... I was going to eat, but I can wait till 5 drumsticks are empty. Whoa, turn. And you did. And of course you have to do that. Oh, ruined portal. That time I know it's a ruined portal. Now we just have to get there. It's a long ways off, but maybe more obsidian. We're going to need more than 20. Because if we misplace it, not having a diamond pickaxe, then we might get trapped in the nether, perhaps. If we had a diamond pickaxe, we could pick up all this stuff. And we can move. I like movement. There appears to be a village nearby. I got the flint and steel, which is good. I got gold to make my own stuff, so I don't need any of the armor. I did not ask for the recording tools. And there's a village. We're eating the food now. We're eating the food now. Perhaps when I press eat the food, it will eat the food. Let's try that. And now I'm trying to look to see who's here and if somebody's going to open the door. It's one of these pointless villages that where the player doesn't turn. You can turn. I like turning. Why are we not turning? I like turning. Turning good. Alright, let's move. They all seem to be trapped in their respective places. Okay, where am I? Oh, we got a smithy. That definitely helps. Let's check our armor status. Ooh, good. replace that. These aren't too badly damaged, and that's definitely not bad at all. Get rid of that because we don't need it. And verifying everything else is okay. Good. Alright, that's a helpful building. I'm glad we found it. Alright, we're going the wrong way. So I knew if I go slightly to the right, that we should be heading closer to 0 on the z-axis, and we sure weren't. I believe that should be there. I'm not 100% sure on that. Alright, the person that is going to open the building is here, and we're switching to sword, because that's what I wanted. Anyway, since they're waiting for somebody to ever so slowly, poorly put their vehicle in a parked position, we'll just put it... Alright. Cuddly little bear's not going to be a problem. We'll stop here. Maybe earlier this morning we'll do another set. Oh, come on. Alright, we're going to turn. Alright, now we're going to do the idiot jump, because we need to be running. Alright, let's just move the player a little bit. There we go. We can turn. We can turn. We'll take a little fall damage. We'll pick it up from here. It's laundromat time. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, it appears that the laundromat of choice has had a fire. I'm also not sure that if we got a dreaded update that completely killed the whole farlands. I have no idea. But right now, just going to assume it's still there. And I'm not going to kill it right away if it's no longer there. There might be, as I've seen in some generation videos, there might be some striped variants still in existence. Oh yeah, there's still a jerk. That's... yeah, it's still jerking. That means it's still a thing. Because they say when they've removed the farlands that they have... I cannot see what I'm doing. I have to be outside because the TV in there... jump. You can jump. So let me
see a new side
turn the
of
thing off. No one's here, no one's watching it. So we can be in here. Now I just gotta actually find a way up. Are we heading in the right direction? No, we're not, because that would be wrong. Is this the right way? We can brake, and we can brake. There we go. This is the right way. Yeah, that village was totally, and I mean totally useless. Unfortunately, one of the things here is these machines are a lot faster. So in 20 minutes it gets the job done instead of 30. So I still think we can get this job done. Yeah, no one's here, so I turned the TV off. There's no point in that being on. Especially when you're trying to play a game here. Igloo, but not important. Unless there's a bed, then we can steal it. Of course there's a bed. And we can move the player. Wasn't a valuable igloo to begin with. Yeah, so I believe the farlands are still a thing. Because like I said, I just walked at a sharp angle and it was still stuttering. And another village right there. Maybe we could have some smithies. 7 more will get us to 20, which makes the nether doable again. But without a diamond pickaxe, or enough diamonds to make said pickaxe, it means nothing. I think we got enough beds. Yeah, 1 more won't hurt, and we can move the player. There we go. Now, how about the door? I like exiting the door when I exit the door. Again, we'll go at a very sharp angle. You can see that it's not exactly moving smoothly from side to side. So we haven't hit the point of what might potentially be the end of this whole project. Any smithies? Well, that's a dumb question. Dumb thing to ask, I'm trying to say. Alright, we don't need more of this. Let's move the game along. And if the striped, quote-unquote, farmlands are still a thing, which, according to what I've seen in the patch, oh yeah, it's still definitely a thing. Those are screwed up. And we can move the player. I like it when the player moves. And the dryers will take literally just a couple minutes shorter to get the job done. Alright, we can move. We're already stuttering our way through. Alright, I know that way's less resistance, but this is more towards 0, and that isn't really that bad looking. So the laundromat I like to use caught fire.
Is your water coming out of the
And
There's a lot of water coming out everywhere. Can you see here?
What the heck?
I don't know what it's all coming through here. I don't know if they built it too high or. Hello?
It's got to be from over there somewhere. Yeah, the place is being flooded. Yeah, I'm kind of half watching. Yep, that one.
That one?
Yeah.
They do it too much, probably.
So one of the large washers has been overfilled. And like I said, I'm paying attention to a flooding place and not the game. So yeah, now how about a place where we can move? Yeah, I like moving. Are you staying away? Good. Yeah, so my area's a little flooded. Alright, now let's see if we can keep this going a little bit. My washer has 8 minutes left. Yeah, it almost looks like mine is actually flooding, but it's one that's in a completely different set that's doing it. I believe we will be hitting the magic 400,000 mark. I wonder what that is. Like I said, I'm on a small phone, so it's not clearly evident as to what that might be. If it's another ruined portal, we can probably find some more, I think that's what it is. Or it's a tree. Wow, that was kind of a disappointment. It's pretty much one of the only ways we can get what we need right now. And we had to go in that pit because of all those berries. And that jump was successful. That was a fairly deep pit. Move the player. Got 7 more minutes before we're not whacking at stuff. Although that's the least of my problems when it comes to this game doing things weirdly. Of course, going underwater helps with the video refresh rate. Yep, hitting X. And sleep. Oh yeah, farlands are still a thing. Because they supposedly have got rid of all the ill effects as well. It's part of the parody. They're trying to make Bedrock and Java very similar. I think ultimately in the end they're going to get it to the point that Java will no longer be a thing, because a friend of mine who's in kind of knows things about computers says that The support for Java is ending in 2 years. So I'm keeping an eye on this. The flood drains are doing their thing. Yeah, that made it quite an interesting little segment where I'm just randomly hopping at nothing. Because like I said, it's paying more attention to the place flooding than the game. Which, you know, the flooding thing is a bit important. And we can move the player. We didn't say you can stop. Of course, the slide showing isn't helping either. I literally honestly believe that the whole idea of turning the player actually stresses this game. I didn't need to jump there. I try to jump at these little things because the jump happens just before the block if you do it let it manually happen. I mean, automatically happen. Manually, you can gain a little bit of speed. And of course, if you do the idiot bunny hop thing, you go way faster, but you go through your food way too much. And no run there. So I look like I may be in a decent position so that I could stop for a moment, as there's less than 2 minutes on the washer. As like I said, it's faster here than the place I normally go to. Oh boy, I wonder what they're going to do with that place. Quite a bit of smoke damage, and of course the dryer that pretty much was fully involved is destroyed. In case I didn't say, because, you know, so much is going on. The laundromat that I normally go to had a fire. And we can move the player. That's something I like doing. Brake. Okay, brake. We can move. Boy, that's a complicated task. We'll pick it up from here. Dryer phase. And we're back. You'll never see it because I put it through the editor, but I forgot to stop the video. So I had to stop it and restart it so I would have a segment. Okay, we can move so we can see where the starts and stops are. If it can go wrong, that's how this day has been today. If it can go wrong, it always will. But we're hoping to get to 400,000. Then we'll be 112,000 away from the next iteration of mathematical errors, in which supposedly the jerkiness gets really bad. It starts to get very noticeable. But as I said, if they patch the farlands out, and at least the striped lands are there, keep going. If they even get rid of that, and there's a 30 million border similar to Java, then maybe I might just keep it going, flips and giggles, to see if we can get there. And you're practically more than doubling the effort. I don't know. say forget it if it's all patched out. I'm just hoping that I can keep this from upgrading. Can run. To get that timing wrong. Always manage to. And I fell. The snow was hiding the part that there was in here. Like I said today, if it can go wrong, it will. It can break. There we go. Yeah, that's a dirty trick. That was playing dirty pool. Snow covering an opening like that. Smack. Can eat. Okay, we really need more. I love how people just think everybody wants to hear their phone conversations. Complete lack of respect. Well, guess what? If you hear it, too bad. They should have thought of decency. That is, if you can understand Spanish. If you can, bonus points. Otherwise, it's just noise in the background. And jump. Timed it wrong. Then again, when it's slide showing, although it's not doing too bad, it tends to wreck the abilities here. Yeah, we can move. I like that movement thing. Keep it going. So it's time to place another bed. Yeah, it kind of is. Let's just get to the top of this little hill thing. Place. Where did the bed go? How about select, place, sleep. Alrighty. Let's take another blue one, because we can. So we lost a bed. Now we dust on the screen. Very noticeable piece of dust that was on the screen. Okay, why did we do that? Oh, you know what? I see a village. Smack. Probably another smack. There it is. Yeah. There are smithies. We could use those. There's one. Hopefully it didn't hit you. helps. Our armor's doing okay. Not the most helpful smithy. Alright, I didn't hit him. He'd be after us if we did. And no, we don't want to do that. And we can move. I like it when the player moves. We can break it now. Bread. Let's get rid of this. We don't need that or that. Otherwise, we might be fine. Alright, let's see. Down here is where the action is. Alright, so we saw one smithy. Take the finger off the controller when we're anywhere near a village. Villager, I mean. Yeah, we can jump. How did you get up here? A moment where we just have a nice simple climb. Oh, we got one coming. So hard to control when it's slide showing. Okay, go. Eat the food. Okay, 5,000 to go. That seems to be a miracle at this point, because this thing don't want to move. Oh, of course I took the hardest route. And we can move. And we can jump. Why are we not jumping? Because, once again, we're sneaking when I didn't say to. Alright, any terrain conducive to making forward progress. some more hits, we need to eat because our health is getting pretty low. Yeah, we're gonna need to do some underwater swimming. There, see how it smooths out because it's clearing out some of the garbage you had to draw. And it goes all slow as hell. I'll go this way. Now we're gonna run. And let's actually do the job. And we can, why are we not moving? And up. I like moving. Let's try that. This basket's not holding me too well. I guess the weight of the... Okay, wow, turning is difficult. The weight of the detergent and fabric softener isn't enough to hold the basket down to the ground anymore. Village. Actually, we don't want to have sword in hand when we go to a village. Alright, let's see if we can steal a bed. Oh, it's an abandoned village, so that'll be a possibility. Oh, and there's a smithy involved. Let's move the player. Let's move the player. I like moving the player. Notice how it struggles just to barely play it. Alright, so I see a smithy. Yeah, we're gonna be close. We're probably not gonna make it because this thing's slide showing. Oh, really? Come on. Okay, need to be moving. Let's move the player. Can we sleep? Wow, that was asking for a lot. Anyway. Anything we don't need that we picked up? Not that I can tell. We're Xing. In. Ooh. Wow, that smithy was helpful. Note the sarcasm. Anyway. Okay, we're going in the wrong direction. Okay, that's not it. That's it, right there. pushing the button means time to move. There we go. Alright, we're going to have to go a little more this way because it's the path of least resistance. That's not very far away. The village again? Nope. Just the way the hills formed as we were moving along.
Yeah.
Now we can move. Alright, floor plan, that's going to help us get there a little faster. We can move. Put, 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 put. Okay. How about on here? Yeah. Then we place boat. Then we board boat. Then we boat boat. And then we move the player when we boat. I like that. Moving the player while boating. And no escape. Leave the boat. This, get rid of that. And where's the boat? We're hitting a button. There's the boat. make it. Now, even if it seems kind of not worth doing, any little bit helps right now. Alright, that helps. That helps. Thing kind of worked. Okay, now we gotta run. Because running is faster. Okay, it actually did speed up. And we need to be moving the player. That would be better. I like it when the player is moving. Shows the game is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, that's bad. Okay, we can move. Let's see if there's an exit. Looks like there is. And there is. Oh, good. How many things can go wrong? Apparently this is not helping to clear some of the rendering until the last minute. And how about where I'm pointing? I'm pointing right here, right here. Just put the bed right here and sleep. And we're pressing a button. boat time. If we can make up a little of the distance we lost. We're less than 2,000 kilometers, or 2 kilometers from where we are hoping. Well, if we move 2,000, that would be pretty impressive. In about 15 minutes. I'm not looking forward to the fact that this larger commercial laundromat is going to be the place I'm going for a while. I'm not looking forward to it. Because I got lucky that no one was watching the TV. I could shut it off for the copyright sake of things. You cannot get the boat to go in a direction you want. Dolphins made the boats go faster. Alright, 1.5K left to make our target. I'm hoping the farlands patch happens in the quote-unquote 1.18 update. That way I can keep the Pocket Edition from updating. But then again, I want to see if at least the striped lands are still there. And if mobility is better and we don't fall through the world and stuff like that, then it might as well let it go, because we're gonna get there much faster than the way things work right now. That's assuming we would even be able to get there. Alright, keep the boat pressing the sword button. Slideshow our way up, and double tap twice. Well, there's a ocean monument of some sort, but this game, that's not the way I wanted to go, but it works, so whatever. We're trying to make any inroads towards surpassing 400K, which looks like it's going to happen. Less than 1,000 to go. That laundry basket is just not holding. Mountains, exactly what we don't want to see. Hopefully it's an island we can go around. It's looking less likely. Oh, that's a better alternative over there. the boat. Then swim. No. Okay, that's... Okay, we got the boat back. That was a challenge. Alright, this way. And we can run. Of course. Yep, we can move. I didn't say I wanted to stop. Ah, hit the water. Good. That saves us a kersplat. Alright, less than 500 blocks to go. Okay, let's just move it over this way. And we're not moving the player. We want to be running the player. We're going to running the player. That makes it go faster. Turn. We avoid a cliff at least. Till now. Turn. Boy, the audio must be way out of sync at this point. Yep, break it. And we can select the pickaxe like I chose, and you conveniently ignored. We can run the player so that we can make progress. There was a jump, and we were at 2.5, so that would have been a perfect time to eat some bread. Less than 100 to go. Can run. We're over 400,000. I was going to place a bed and sleep at 400k, but the sun is still up a bit much. Can run the player. Alright, we're at the purple bed, and we can turn the player. That would be good. Grab the other purple bed because it's there. Sleep the night. We saved our 400k spot. Yeah, as I said in a previous video, I found out the sound going way out of sync isn't in the editing process. It's because this thing gets lukewarm and doesn't want to work, that the video will actually lag behind the audio because it's just too much work. gets to be a, like, I've seen about a 5-second difference at times, which is kind of nasty looking. And let's turn. Stutter randomly, because why not? Nice jump. That kept the game moving. Nowhere to really go. Turn. I like turning. We can move. We can move. I like movement. Movement good. There we can run. Maybe 401k will be a good stopping point if we can move the player. That would be good. And we can move. I like movement. I like turning as well. That's even better. Turning is fun. That makes the player move. Yeah, we're gonna go for 401k and a little change. Of course, mountains. We just love mountains. You can move the player. I like moving the player. Turn. I like turning. Turning is fun. And we can place. Really? And move the player. Whoa, no, move. There, right there, right there. Take it slow. We know you're gonna, I almost said it. We're gonna flub it up. I almost said something else. But yay, we got down. And we can move. Even better. Alright. You know what? We can move the player. I'm really not stalling here. Actually, that was probably a good spot. Move the player. Move the player. I'm not stopping. You're the one stopping. I didn't stop. That's a dead end. We need to move. Move. 100% further. Alright, we got kind of an open spot here. It's not much. And an even 401-1. So that'll be it for one way. Georgia 551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.